When journalist Hank Greenspun came to Las Vegas in 1946, he was horrified by the primitive attitudes toward the town's African-American residents. By the late 40s and early 50s, hundreds more African Americans came to town, seeking employment in the exploding hotel industry. There were other blacks in Las Vegas. Many of them were among America's most beloved entertainers. The Mills Brothers, Pearl Bailey, Nat King Cole, Louis Armstrong, Harry Belafonte, Lena Horne, Eartha Kitt. They headlined in the glamorous Vegas showrooms, winning standing ovations from big-spending high rollers. But after the show, they made their exits through the hotel's kitchen doors. While white entertainers lounged in their elegant hotel suites, sipping complimentary champagne, it was here on the other side of the tracks that the black entertainers were forced to stay.
The great Louis Armstrong, the ambassador of goodwill of the United States of America, who was revered and cherished all over the world, lived in a trailer.
There were absolutely no exceptions to the rule, not even for the legendary Sammy Davis Jr.
Everyone discusses Sammy Davis playing Vegas and sleeping on the west side of town because he couldn't book into a hotel. But Nat King Cole was told, please do not sing to the women. Sing above them.
Then in 1954, some investors decided to capitalize on Vegas's racial segregation. They raised the funding for a different kind of hotel casino, one that would be open to both blacks and whites, and that would offer first-class accommodations for African-American performers. They named it the Moulin Rouge, and it was to be built on the border of the rundown West Side. In May 1955, Dee Dee Jasmine was a 17-year-old Los Angeles dancer selected for the hotel's chorus line.
And you just dream of going to Vegas with all the glitz and the glitter and the bright lights. And when we arrived, we got in the limos and they drove us, and naturally, down Las Vegas Boulevard. Then we drove by all the hotels all down the strip. Well, when is he going to stop? Where's the Moulin Rouge? Then he got to this real sleazy part of town. And then we saw this beautiful, beautiful hotel. It said Moulin Rouge. Well, that lifted our spirits to no end. So we saw that place where we were going to work. And it was just, oh my God, it was breathtaking.
At first, the Moulin Rouge was a sellout. The best black entertainers from all over the country came to perform. And when news of the lavish and exotic production numbers hit the Strip, a third show was added, so performers from the mainstream hotels could drop in after work.
And they found out about the third week it was open that all the white people were going down there because it was a lot more fun than being out on the Strip.
And the people that frequent the club, it was star-studded. We had Tallulah Bankhead, the Mills Brothers, they were in there every night. Milton Berle, naturally Sammy, Frank Sinatra, and Joe Louis. He was our official greeter of the Moulin Rouge. When you walked in, that's who you saw, Joe Louis, with a smile on his face.
But just 6 months after its star-studded opening, the staff of the Moulin Rouge arrived for work to find the club padlocked. The real reason behind the closing remains a classic Las Vegas mystery. Was it pressure from the Strip hotels who feared competition? Was it irresponsible management? Or was the whole Moulin Rouge experiment only a short-term money-making scheme for her investors? Whatever the reason, the short life of integrated entertainment was over for the rest of the 50s. Las Vegas seemed resigned to humiliating segregation. There were no impassioned civil rights marches down Las Vegas Boulevard. But hand in hand with Greenspun's campaign in the Sun, both black and white performers began to rebel.
Lena was at the Sands, Pearl Bailey was at the Flamingo, and Marlene Dietrich was at the Sahara. And when Marlene heard about this color barrier thing, she said, darling, this is not acceptable. So after the second show, the three girls got together and they walked the Strip. And they just walked through the casino. It sounds so insignificant today, but then it had such social impact in Vegas.
Popular legend surrounds the end of official segregation on the Las Vegas Strip. It's a matter of debate who first publicly bucked the trend. though it's rumored that Frank Sinatra's boycott of the Sands until Sammy Davis was allowed to stay there was one inciting incident. But it's money that has driven Vegas since her founding days in 1905. And there was no questioning the fact that black performers brought cash in by the bucketful. Eventually, even the most rigidly racist policies had to bend to the reality of economics.